turns into, let's just see if we can keep her out here for as long as possible.
Yeah. But I just felt like Volinets doesn't quite have the.
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. What's going on? We are live. Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Graced again with the presence of the great Jeff Jacklich.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And happy Monday morning. What's the right shot? Number 389 today. Topspin serve, the new one key for power, at least for me. I'm going to tell you what I go through, kind of the routine that I go through, especially on a second serve. And I'm pretty proactive with how I think about it. Hey, good morning, Mark. We'll get into that in just a second. But Jeff, we were talking about Katie. I asked Katie once, I said, how do you really pronounce your last name? I said, is it Volinets? And she goes, no. And I can't remember if it's Ukrainian but I think she said it's Volinets.
Volinets. Yeah.
Anyway, but Jeff and I were just talking about her match last night, and she's a local NorCal kid, Walnut Creek. She's been a phenom as a junior. She won the national junior 18, girls 18s. And it's interesting to watch her career over the last couple of years. She was down here at Mission Hills working out in the grass. She came down. I hosted her here, and she was getting ready for Wimbledon a couple of years ago. And
we hit with her. I remember.
Yeah, and just to kind of see where she's gone from there. She hasn't grown much, so she hasn't added some extra inches. She's definitely gotten much stronger. I'm sure she's added some pure muscle poundage, and she's hitting the ball bigger. She can hit the ball bigger. But I was just thinking last night that the one thing, because the average first serve speed is, I don't know, 80, low 80s.
Yeah.
And so I think that's fixable. I think that can be beefed up over time with whether it's just gym work and or some technique, because the technique looks a little anyway. But two things. Number one, she's in great shape. She can run all day, and she's quick as a water bug out there, and she just competes like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't go away. And that in itself is a strategy that I think a lot of players go, if they can't figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay. And that happens a lot. You can't figure something out. So just decide, I'm going to work my fanny off. I'm going to make them. And if it means that I'm going to keep them out here all day long, I'm going to extend the time and the points.
How do I push the end of the match farther away?
Absolutely.
And how can I just hang around?
That's right. That's right. So, but I think the other thing that would really be fun to see if she would start doing, and she did it a few times last night, try to steal some time, try to take time away from her opponent.
Yeah.
And which just means playing closer to the baseline. Man, she took some forehands early and
Up
played
the
them.
Line.
Played them as approach shots from maybe 5 feet inside the baseline. And just that whole footwork pattern of moving through, the commitment to move through the ball, that in itself moves the racket.
Right.
You don't have to just stand there and swing and see, oh, okay. No. So, and I think for the opponent too, when they realize that, all right, she's going to try to take time away, I got to hit a better shot. Oops, that one didn't stay in.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get rolling. How about that?
Do it.
Yeah. And this is a really short episode today, Jeff, in terms of
height.
Width. So we've seen this video probably a month ago. And it's a topspin serve that's played to the body. But whether you play it down the tee, whether you play it out wide as more of a higher trajectory bouncer, For me, the number one key for getting power is right here for me, where I consciously tell myself, relax the fingers. Just completely relax the fingers. And I don't know if you can see it on the video.
Yeah, your hand's slightly open there.
Yeah, I mean, the index finger is not wrapped around. And as I go down through it, what you're going to see, and again, you might not be able to, I mean, the fingers, other fingers start to come off. And now it's, and now for me, I've just committed to a relaxed grip. When you squeeze too tight, so let's say it's a big point. Let's say right here it's a big point. Could be singles, could be doubles. But if it's 40-30, my God, if I hold serve here, it's going to be 4-2 in the set. And if it's 4-2, well, that means I'm just that much closer. So you start to actually create some tension, some pressure from your mind, and that gets transferred down to your hand and your fingers. The grip gets tighter and tighter. And the next thing you know is you really slow down swing speed.
Yeah.
So relax the grip. And this is where you get swing speed. Again, the fingers are, I don't know. Yeah, that index finger is.
Yeah, just hanging out.
It's just hanging out. It's going around, just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
And that's where you get swing speed. And the combination of that and a toss in front where contact is ahead of you, not along the baseline, those two things right there create a lot of natural power and a high quality spin.
Newcomb was I believe he learned I forget whether it was the index finger or whether he did the pinky and second finger off the grip when he set up to serve, and he learned that from legend says samurai sword master, that it was because the samurai sword is you're using this weapon, right? But it was about relaxing the hand so that you're not carrying that tension into the sword itself.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting about the fifth finger. When I was younger, I worked with a summer camp way back in the day for Barry McKay. And I was a little struggling with the serve. And he said, just get that fifth finger about halfway off the bottom of the handle. Yeah. And I did that and I went, whoa, God dang.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the racket's moving.
I describe it to my players sometimes like, can you, I want you to feel like your hand is sloppy. It's just like, don't worry about controlling the hand through the hit. Let's just see what happens. Just throw it up there and let your hand just release. But I want you to feel like it's sloppy and you have no idea where the ball is going to go.
Yeah. And that's where all the natural mechanics are allowed to work.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So look, at the end of this week, guys, look for an email from me. I'm going to put together a short little course for you to really dig in on I think what are 3 things that you got to make a habit on your topspin serve, and especially on your second serve, because look, the last thing you want to do is get up there and you've missed your first serve. We talked about this last week, Jeff. Missed your first serve, and now your brain goes in and, my God, please don't let me double. I mean, I could be 4-2. If I win this point, it's 4-2.
Yeah.
Please don't let me double fault. Okay. And so there goes the smoke coming off the bottom of the handle because you're squeezing so tight.
Right. I can hear the racket choking.
That's right. That's right. So I want you to be confident on this topspin second serve, really confident that it's actually an asset. If you miss your first serve, you kind of go, great. Now I get to really create a nice high quality spin that's got some serious bounce to it, and eliminates double faults because you get the ball higher over the top of the net, but the quality of the spin helps curve it back down inside that box. And then they pop up that next ball to you.
Yeah.
And now it is 4-2.
that little floaty.
All right, guys, look, this is short today. If you liked it, yeah, hit the like button, subscribe. Be sure to click that notification bell. And yeah, I do offer some one-on-one private coaching. I've got our boy from Michigan, Mr. Fisher, coming out this week.
Dan coming out. Oh, is he coming out?
Dan's coming out. Yeah, we're
Awesome.
gonna meet Wednesday, Friday, and next Monday. 3 2-hour private coaching sessions, and it's going to be coaching. It's not going to be much basket feeding.
You got him playing. You got Dave coming out to play.
I got Dave coming out
cool.
Wednesday. I got the Big O coming out Friday, and then you may find someone else to. But I put something on Twitter this morning, and I said, look, if you're really thinking now about getting some lessons, getting some coaching, whatever it is, and you've got a vision of where you want to take your game, you're pretty clear where your game is right now, and you know where you want to, what that next level is. And the next level could just be those guys on right next to me there on court 4. I want to be in that group.
Yeah.
I want to be in that group. I want to be playing with those guys. And so the 3 things I mentioned were, number 1, you got to find somebody who's actually played at or is currently playing at that level that you want to take your game. Second part is find a person that has got some credibility, that's actually helped other players bridge that gap in their own games.
Right.
And then the third thing is, which is just as important, make sure you find someone who says that, you know what, let's get out. I'm going to find a same skill level opponent, and I'm going to watch you play for a set or for 30 minutes, whatever comes first. And I'm not going to say a word. I'm going to really not be looking at stroke technique. I'm going to be looking at what are your natural instinctive shot choices and next court positions.
Yeah.
And I think that, and you and I know this, that if you work on those 2 things first, it really clears up magically. It clears up a lot of that concern about swing tech. Oh, I need a bigger forehand.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the bigger forehand's not getting the job done. It's you're deciding to go there from here on the court. You just robbed yourself of time.
I think there's an easy question in there, right? Especially if your pro doesn't ask you, like, how do you construct a point? And you know what I mean? I mean, you gotta, like, that's the critical point there. And a lot of times in players that I've moved up, I've helped treat you for a few years and move them up the ranks, is, I ask the question as the pro, is like, well, you know how to construct a point? And they look at me like the RCA dog, and their head tilts a little bit, and they, I don't really understand. Well, I usually just hit it into the open court. Okay, that's a nice place to start, but that ain't gonna haul the freight.
Yeah. No. I just think if you're really serious about that, about taking your game to a different level, those 3 things are important. And if you find someone who just says, hey, let's get you a modern forehand. Well, he didn't really check the number 3 box.
Yeah.
And look, there are a lot of guys out there who played at a high level, no question about it. And there are a lot of pros out there who maybe helped, assisted someone else as a hitting partner on the tour.
Yeah.
But in terms of a senior or a master's player, did they really understand that game? And are they trying to force feed you into pro style type of stuff? Nah, I think I think let's keep looking.
If you hear the term, listen, I use this drill with my juniors all the time. Run, don't walk away from the court.
Right.
Run.
Well, and if running's an issue, maybe we can talk about tennis specific fitness.
Right.
That would be a good thing. All right, guys, I'm going to keep this brief today. I'm actually, Jeff mentioned before we hit before we went live. I'm going over to Indian Wells today, the BNP. If you guys are out there today, I'll check my email. Be fun to meet up. I'm actually to go watch Gabby and Aaron, who won the U.S. Open doubles, not the juniors, but the real Grand Slam thing last year or 2 years ago. Anyway,
last year.
I know their coach, Bruce Lipsky, pretty well. Great guy. I spent some time with him in New Orleans in November in that IC event down there, and picked his brain. Just, okay, man, come on. What do you know that I don't know?
Right.
And we talked, and so we've been texting the last couple of days, and their girls are practicing at noon today on Stadium 7. So
is that the far stadium up against the wall?
I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a cluster of those temporary stadiums.
Yeah.
So we'll find it. But I'm just going to be a fly on the wall there.
Fly on the wall.
All right, Bruce, could you speak up a little bit? I didn't quite hear that little nugget.
Right.
So we're going to do that. We'll spend a little bit of time there. I don't want to spend the whole day out there, but they're practicing 12 to 1. We'll get there around 12:15, and then I got Marty out here this morning.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's bringing a lady out. He thinks we're going to be in the grass for about an hour, and then Marty Hines, the K-Swiss rep.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. But yeah, guys, look, if you're going to be at the Indian Wells today, Tennis Garden, let me know. Just shoot me an email, and we'll see if we can figure out how to hook up out there. Cool. All right, Jeffrey, thanks for your time today.
You got it.
As always, good stuff. Guys, any more comments or questions, let me know down below in the chat area, the comments area. If you want to keep the conversation private, you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Jeff at jacklich365.com. If you're up in Northern California, want to head on up to Napa.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a thing.
Well, what we do is we always have a glass of wine first before we start working on that topspin forehand.
Kind of loosen that grip a little bit. I see.
Yeah. And then we work on the topspin serve then, because you get that hand loose.
Oh, you get it really, really sloppy.
You dip the fingers in the red wine, and then you take the grip, and then
I see.
Oh, hey, look at that!
Wow. All right, guys.
Technique.
The secrets of Jeff Jacklich. Never fail to amaze. Guys, that's it for me today. Hope this was helpful today on your topspin serve. Again, look for an email from me later this week with I want to help you fix it if you're struggling at all with that. What else? Time for us to get out. Time for all of us to get out there. Help someone else have a great day, guys. See you again next time.